dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking your sweat. You're falling into me, touch me. I swear, you would do anything that I want. So keep us awake till the dawn. Baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me. I wanna make you sweat on me. I got you wrapped around my finger.
Morning everyone, welcome to my channel. There goes my dog. Obviously deciding he wants to move at the most inconvenient time. Welcome to another day in my life, essentially. I have already had a really productive morning, actually. It is 10:44 a.m. It's Wednesday, it's the 7th of February, and I have just been sitting here doing some work, but I have got into a much better routine recently where I've been getting up just about half an hour earlier than I normally would on a working from home day, and I've been getting up and doing a workout before I take my daughter to school. So I have basically been doing 20 minutes of Just Dance. I go on there, go on the playlist option for the new Just Dance, the 2024 Just Dance, and they have got some really good playlists on there actually, and there's one on there called Quick Sweat, which first thing in the morning, if you just want to get a little bit of exercise in, that one's great. It's only 5 songs and it gets your heart rate up immediately, and yeah, it's been a really nice way to start my mornings. I've been doing that, and then if I've got a little bit of time, once I've done that playlist, I do like 1 or 2 other songs that I like to do as well. And yeah, it's basically we get up, we get ready to go, we get Aubrey ready to go, and then she will have about 15-20 minutes of either playing or just watching her tablet quietly in the morning before we rush off to school. And it just occurred to me that why don't I use that time for exercise, and it's really working at the moment. So that's kind of what I've been doing this week, and it, like I said, it's really been working for me. So I've been getting up, getting in my workout gear, getting a workout done, walking Aubrey to school, getting back, doing a little bit of work, and then taking my dog for a walk, kind of around lunchtime-ish, mid-morning, dependent on the work situations. That's something that I have learned through working from home, is trying to squeeze stuff in wherever it makes sense. So that's what we're doing at the moment. Like I said, it's been making me feel quite good. And in my last video, I did talk about not feeling 100%. I've had like colds and stuff through the winter, but I've had this thing wrong with me essentially that I've been trying to get sorted at the doctor's, and I'm really hoping that I had an appointment on Monday, and I'm hoping that we've sorted it. And I feel so much lighter and just happier and just more myself than I have in a long time since that appointment. So I'm hoping it's sorted. I won't go into the details, but it is like women's stuff, hormonal stuff. So it's stuff that has been making me feel poorly in my body, but also not great mentally. And that is just never a good place to be when it's affecting both sides. So I'm really hoping that that is sorted now. And it's just, since Monday, my days have just felt so much easier. I've been, like I said, fitting stuff in better. I've had more energy. So really hoping that we've got it sorted. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to bore you to death with details on it, and it's not necessary. But yeah, so it's Wednesday today. The weather is pretty dank and grey, which is kind of standard for us at the moment. We've had a couple of nice sunny days, but cold, and it's just been a bit gross recently. It's just not, it's not giving, I was gonna say it's not giving winter at the moment. It is, because winter is a bit miserable, but we haven't had many really cold days, and it's just been a bit grey and dreary, which it's just, I am looking forward to spring at this point. I have said that before, I'm just looking forward to a bit more daylight and a bit more sunshine. So yeah, I can't wait for that. On today's agenda, now that I've pretty much finished my work for the day, I am gonna go and walk the dog. I've got a load of washing to do. I'm gonna have a shower when I get home and get into some like proper clothes for the rest of the day. And then I'm hoping this afternoon to have a little bit of time for reading. I have been going through my book at a bit of a slow pace, and I'm going to talk about that later with you. But I'm hoping to get a little bit more reading done, and then at some point we can sit and have a bit of a chat about my thoughts about the book properly. And then I've got to pick up Aubrey from school, obviously, and then she's got her dad's class this evening, and her dad's class is only 30 minutes. So what I tend to do is just sit and read for that time in the car when I wait for her. So we'll get an extra little bit of reading in as well. But I'm going to make a move now, go and get this dog walked while I can. I do try and avoid walking right at lunchtime because everyone else does it. Everyone else is out with their dogs, and Jax does get a little bit overwhelmed by it when there's everyone else. Like, he's okay when he's meeting a couple of dogs here and there, but when it's all the time everywhere, he does get a little bit rowdy. So let's go and do that now, and then it's done. I can have my shower. We can do the little bit of housework that we need to do. I want to like nip the hoover around and just little bits. As well, it is half term next week, which is very exciting. It has been such a short term for us this year. Well, I guess it is this year. It's the first one this year. But it definitely feels like it's needed, and Aubrey's off for the week, and Chris had already booked it off for the week, and I didn't realise I had a load of extra annual leave to use that I hadn't used. So I now have the week off as well. So I'm really looking forward to all of us just being at home and being able to chill out, not set the alarm, not have to be anywhere, go out and do some nice things as a family. It's Pancake Day next week, it's Valentine's Day next week, and although I don't think we're planning on doing anything, like, it's just some nice little things that'll keep Aubrey entertained next week. So yeah, that's just kind of where we are at the moment. So I'm gonna go get ready to go out. Let's go for our walk, go walk this dog, and then come back and do all the things. So I will come back to you once we've done all that. So it's actually quite a bit later now. It's about 2 p.m. I have just made a coffee. This is desperately needed. By the way, this new cup is like an insulated travel mug, and I just don't put the lid on when I'm at home. But I find that it keeps my coffee so much more warm even with the lid off. So it makes it really nice to just sip on it for a longer period of time at home. So that's what I've been doing recently. I love it. It's from Aldi. I think it was £3.99, and the benefit is I've been taking it to work as well. So I've literally only been using one mug for the last few weeks, because I got that a few weeks ago now. I saw it up the middle aisle and it got me. But yeah, I've just made a coffee, and let's talk about this book before I read a bit more of it. I've got about an hour so that I can read before I have to dash off on the school run. I'm on page 246. So we are making progress. I have fallen asleep the last time I was reading it in the middle of a chapter, which is not my favourite, but you know, we're making progress. But this is taking me so much longer to read than I expected it to, and I'm enjoying it. I'm not hooked on it like I thought that I would be. So this book is basically about gaming. It's about like these group of people who play games together, who make games together, and the whole kind of theme behind it is gaming. And if you didn't know, I used to play games a lot. I don't anymore, but I used to play games an awful lot. It's how I met my partner, and games has always been a really big part of my life, and for that reason I thought that I was going to love this book. I was going to go in and absolutely love it, and I do like it, but it's not even that it's missing something. I think it's just that it's not quite what I thought it would be. So it's unfair to say that not a lot happens in this book, because a lot is happening in this book, but it feels like it's quite a slow pace. It feels like someone's telling you a story, and it feels like you've gone all the way back to the start. And I think that this book is set over a very long period of time. It's how characters meet, how their lives go, how they work together, and basically their relationships from when they first meet, and you know, how their personalities change and the new things that come and go from their lives. And it just feels a little bit slow to me, whereas I think that I've got quite used to reading books that are very much happening in the now and what's going to happen next and that kind of thing. Whereas with this book, it feels like someone's telling you a story, you've gone all the way back to the start, and you're kind of slowly working your way through their lives. And I don't love the characters either, and that might change, I think, as we go through, maybe. I'm not sure. I think that I've got a feeling that something's going to happen, and I don't know yet, but I've got a feeling, and I've had that feeling for quite a while, and I don't know if I have cottoned onto that as early as I did, I will be disappointed, because I feel like it's really obvious. But it might not happen. I might be thinking that something's going to happen this whole time and then it doesn't. We'll see. But yeah, it's a good book, but it's not a huge page turner, at least for me. And I am enjoying it, but I am falling asleep reading this in bed. I'm getting cozy. I'm getting into my my big pillow that I showed you guys, and yeah, I'm getting really comfy, especially with the rain hitting on the window at the moment. It just feels really cozy, and it's a nice book, but it's not like fast paced, so you're not like, it's not keeping you awake basically. So that's kind of where I'm at with it at the moment. Currently at the stage where these people are like 25 years old and I'm 35, and I'm finding them quite annoying. I'm sorry, but I am. And I think that maybe as I see them getting older, I will feel a bit different. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that I don't just find them annoying through the entire book, because that would be very disappointing. But I would recommend this book, especially if you like books that are more about relationships, more about how someone's life changes, and there are also some really intelligent parts of it, and I'm reading it and it makes you think a little bit, and it makes you think about how people interpret you or someone else. And I think that it's a really thought-provoking, nice book, but it's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought there might be a little bit more going on with it, and I just thought that the gaming aspect would have me hooked a little bit more than it does, and that for me is disappointing. I don't know if the writer is a gamer. I really don't know. That's something that I might Google. I assume they must be, because there are a lot of mentions of games from the 90s, 2000s in here, and that's one part of it that I love. Actually, I love the nostalgia. I absolutely love it. So that's something that I found really comforting, actually. I think it's exactly right for my kind of age range. Like mentioning games from the late 80s, early 90s, and stuff that went on around that time as well. it just gives me all the nostalgia and the feels. So I'm enjoying it, but it's not like a 5-star I'm absolutely obsessed with a book. I'm at the point now where I'm like, I really want to get this book finished so that I can move on to something else, because it's taken me weeks just to get this far. I think my plan of action is get this finished, move on to something a bit lighter, a bit more fun, a bit more fast paced, and then see what I'm feeling like after that. But yeah, so that is my little rundown of where I've got to with this book. I'm going to cozy up with my coffee now and see how much reading I can get done before I've got to nip out on the school run. So wish me luck, let's see how far we get, and I will come back to you guys again later. Hello, it is the same location but a different day. It is the next day. I always intend to do like a day in the life, and it always, without fail, ends up going across at least 2 days because I just don't film enough in one day to make it worth it. So we are continuing into today. It is Thursday today. I've just come home from work. I need to log back on and just do a couple of extra little bits, but I have to get home for the school run. So I'm home for about half an hour before I need to dash off. I just wanted to come back to you guys on how I'm getting on with this book. So I read about 40 pages of this yesterday, and I am now enjoying it a lot more than when I last spoke to you yesterday. So as soon as I started reading yesterday, things started happening, things started kicking off. It felt like, I was explaining to you guys yesterday that I felt like it was all just kind of like slow, even though things were happening. And as soon as I started reading yesterday, a conflict happened, and I found it a far more believable relationship once a conflict had happened, because it felt like both of the characters in that were involved in this conflict, it felt like they were both kind of annoyed with each other and nothing ever happened, nobody ever spoke about it. And to me, at some point someone's going to say something, and I found it to be slightly unbelievable that years were passing by and nobody was telling the other one that they were annoyed, which I guess some people might stay quiet and might not speak up. So in my mind it's kind of unbelievable, but maybe in other people's it isn't. But it felt a lot better once this conflict happened. It felt like, okay, we're getting somewhere now, we're getting some character development, and we're also getting a little bit of a shift in the relationship, and it felt better. And ever since that has happened, I've been enjoying the book far more. More changes in other relationships have happened, and I think that if it keeps going the way it's going now, I'm actually gonna really enjoy this book a lot more than I thought I was. It feels like there's been a huge portion of this book, I'd say over 200 pages of it, kind of setting it up, and I don't know if that's really accurate, but for me, I would like this to be a bit shorter, I think. I'm not sure. I will obviously report back once I've read a little bit more of it, and I'm really just in the mood to just keep on reading it now. So that's going to be the plan. I am actually off after today, so I'm going to log back onto work and tidy up the last few things I need to do before I completely sign off for the week. So that's exciting. I'm hoping to get this book finished within the next week, because there's absolutely no reason why I shouldn't, with me not having to work, not having to do the school run or do anything like that. So there's not much left. I'm on page 301 now, out of, we're getting towards the end now, 482. So we're getting there. We are way past the halfway point, so I'm quite excited about that. So yeah, I might even make a cup of coffee and then dash off on the school run. I've come home slightly earlier than I normally would today, because all of the people that I work with and for were in meetings until 3 o'clock, and there was just no point in me sitting in the office when I can just log back on at home and do work. And I was thinking I would take the dog for a quick walk, but it is absolutely hammering it down today. I'm going to take him for another walk later as well. I usually take him on like a little bonus walk, but he doesn't even want to go out right now. So I think that's why I'm in this hoodie as well, because I got absolutely soaked just walking from the car to my house, which is about a 1 to 2 minute walk. So that wasn't ideal. But that is where we are at. I'm going to go and make a coffee and then head out on the school run, probably try and do a little bit more reading, and then I will try to catch back up with you later to end this vlog. So yeah, I will speak to you shortly. Hello everyone, it is a few days later and I have just had a shower, just done my skincare, so I'm looking a bit crazy at the moment. The lighting is also absolutely horrendous, so I apologise for that. But yesterday evening I finished reading Tomorrow, and Tomorrow, and I am so impressed with it. in my last clip, I'm pretty sure I was complaining about it and saying how slow it was in the start. And while that is still true, I do feel like it is needed to set the book up properly so that you understand the characters fully and so that you understand the things that happen as they go on. And it's just a really nice book, but some kind of traumatic things happen within there. Characters obviously change and develop, and it is set over, I think, about 20 or 30 years. So a lot of things happen in that space of time, and there is a lot of character development. And the main character that I was upset about and thinking that they were very immature and they were just looking at things wrong, and I don't know why you're looking at it like that, I wouldn't look at it like that. They kind of had their moment at the end where I felt like they finally kind of understood, and that was kind of the closure that I needed, to be honest with you. It was just a really nice story just about friends, family, love, life, and just things that happen during a lifetime and how people kind of deal with it, how people deal with things differently. And I really recommend it. I couldn't recommend it enough, to be honest with you. This is going to be a 5-star read for me, and I'm angry at myself that I hadn't spent the time to get through it a little bit quicker. But like I said, the first half was very kind of slow and relaxing, and it was enjoyable to read, but I didn't find myself looking to pick it up all the time. And like, I'd read a chapter in bed with my cushion, as you can see in the background there, and then I would just be like, yeah, that's enough, I want to go to sleep now, and I just put it down and go to sleep. Whereas if I'm really into a book, I just keep on reading. I don't know what the time is, I stay up way too late, that kind of thing. And I didn't feel that pull with this book. Aubrey has just come in to join us, but yeah, I really recommend this book. I hadn't cottoned on as well, but tomorrow it's a Shakespeare reference, and I really should have cottoned on to that because I am an English literature graduate and I specialised in Shakespeare. If you like gaming, you are from the 90s/noughties kind of era, if you are into Shakespeare, if you're into all of those things, this is definitely the book for you. If you are looking for a book that is kind of a commentary on life and just a nice read about kind of friendship or love, or that's thought-provoking, I would also highly recommend this. To be honest with you, I would highly recommend this book to anyone who is just looking to read a well-written, nice book. But if you like gaming, Shakespeare, and nostalgia of the 90s/noughties, this is definitely the book for you. And I love all of those three things, so that is definitely why I have loved this one so much. So that brings me on to what I'm going to be reading next, and that is going to be, I think, this one here, which is Abby Jimenez, Yours Truly. And I picked this one up today, actually. I was in Aldi doing my weekly shop, and I noticed that they had a book talk recommended book thingy-mabobby in the middle of the middle aisle, which surprised me. This was £2.99 in Aldi. And I've heard Rachel Catherine talking about Abby Jimenez and really enjoying her writing, and this one just stuck out to me, and I just thought, you know what, I kind of need a nice little rom-com kind of vibe after reading that other book. There was quite a lot of emotions in Tomorrow, and a lot of heartbreak and trauma, and I do feel like I need something nice and light and fluffy. So this is what we are going to be reading next. We are going to do Aubrey's bedtime now, actually, and then what? And then I'm going to basically start on this. Chris is actually out tonight. He is with his friends for a few hours, so I am going to make a start on this. And yeah, just have a nice little relaxed evening. Apologies, oops. apologies for the lighting at this moment. I've tried to use my ring light to make the lighting situation a bit better, and I don't think it's helped at all, to be honest with you. Oh, no, I think it's a losing battle, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is the one I'm going to be reading next, and I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully I will enjoy it. I have never read anything by Abby Jimenez in my life, so it'll be something new to read. So I'm going to end the video here. I will start a new one very soon. I'll probably start a new one in the next couple of days, and I will let you know how I get on with this one as well. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in another video very, very soon.